So wrapping up the challenge camp was a competition amongst the 12, and it was filmed for Mav TV, which they're going to show it in January, I understand, on Mav TV. So you ended up finishing in what spot? Fifth. That's pretty cool. I mean,
fifth out of almost over 400. And
then 5 out of the 12 that were chosen, and that's, and they didn't grade you just on track performance.
We had the classes, we had sponsorship interviews, which
I saw your interview. You did good.
They said, well, when they were doing like examples of it, they maybe picked one of them and then volunteered me because I had a little bit more experience with the interviews with the camera in front.
Right.
And the big thing with that is, like, I remember talking to Steven and he was all like, you don't want to like stop and like pause.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big thing because when you watch like one of the big racers in NASCAR, like they're like on point and like knowing what they're talking about.
Right.
And for the big thing, like I remember like talking to him about it and like him asking me the questions. I remember having the microphone and I was like, this does not feel right, because I remember like him interviewing me when we were at KCRP and he was the one holding the mic and I was like little 7-year-old. I was like, what are we doing? Like holding the microphone, it like took me back to that. I was like, it just feels weird because normally I'm not the one holding it. Like,
but I think your interviewing skills have improved incredibly. But you're so much more. And the biggest thing that you are, I've noticed is before it was like you had to drag the answer out of you, and I noticed when like you'd win races, you had no problem explaining anything, just like what you're doing now. But I know when we first started doing this, it was like 1 or 2 word answers. And I'm like,
I didn't ask like a lot of questions about racing because every once in a while I'm gone, or like even during the season when we had Friday night practice, I wouldn't go to school and like I would tell him the Thursday night, or I would email him. And he would be like, oh, okay. But, like, if I didn't get my work, then he would just be like, okay. And I remember the big thing with my teachers during racing season, we had to keep everything up. Like, if there was a missing assignment, then I would get a day to do it.
right.
Like, even in 7th or 8th grade. Like, it was like, we have to do it. We have to keep the grades up. And that's a big thing. Like, if my grades aren't good, then there's no racing.
Yeah. So you get that incentive. Besides, you want to do well.
Yeah.